Ever seen a smart ring do that? If you're looking for a serious medical grade smart ring that tracks your health with precision, Circul ring might be on your radar. But while it packs a ton of features, it's not without its drawbacks. I've reviewed, I think, 4 smart rings on the channel now, and so I wanted to make this video quick. I wanted to have a pros and cons list of the smart ring from Circul to help you decide if it's the smart ring for you. Before we dive in though, on this channel we talk about tech that follows form and function. We like tech that improves our lives while looking good doing it. So if that sounds cool to you, please consider subscribing and like this video for more. Special thanks to Circul for sending out these 2 rings for us to try. If at any time during this video you'd like to pick yours up, I will try to get you all a discount at the link down below. All right, so let's talk about what the Circul ring gets right. Most everything that they say on their website, I can attest to. Technology has just gotten so insanely good these days where the amount that they're able to put into these tiny little form factors is insane. So this ring has the ability to have continuous heart rate monitoring. It has medical grade SpO2 tracking, which basically means it measures your blood oxygen level on a similar level to the accuracy of what you'd find in a hospital pulse oximeter. It has sleep tracking, which is always nice. It provides detailed sleep stage analysis, total sleep time, and overnight SpO2 variations. It will actually even track sleep apnea, which is really nice. You have to kind of set it on the app to track, and then it sort of stays on all night long, which wears down the battery life. But if that's something that you need to be aware of with your personal medical situation, then having something like this could actually be really great. So this ring also has HRV monitoring, so it helps you track stress and recovery on your body. So if you're an athlete, the features in this ring are really nice. Basic, but included, it does have step tracking as well. So if you leave your smartwatch at home, or if you don't like smartwatches, this can track sort of your step count throughout the day as well. So the ring also has solid functionality. There's no subscription fees. So unlike Oura Ring, for instance, where you have to pay for some of your data each month, this you buy the ring once and you get access to that data for the whole lifetime of the ring. The app is straightforward. While it's not like the most beautiful thing ever, it's very easy to navigate. The pages are very simple and you have all your data right there in front of you, which is super nice. It's nice to not have to go digging around for the information you're looking for. So it does come with this little charging case, which I didn't think that this actually held a battery, but I threw my ring in here the other day and then threw this into my book bag and I got to work and it was fully charged. So unless I'm imagining things, this holds a charge too, USB-C charging, and yeah, the ring just fits snugly in there. Close it up and you got a nice little carrying case, travel case as well. Now what I feel Circul is trying to do with this ring, and probably how I see it being used best, is for those very interested in like accurate health data, tracking for medical purposes, more so than just like a fitness tracker, for instance. The sleep apnea, the heart rate monitoring, a lot of these features in this ring are a little more accurate than what you would find in something like a smartwatch. So yeah, from that vantage point, this thing is pretty cool. And I'll say, like, as I mentioned before, the cool thing in what Circul likes to push forward a lot in their marketing is it's not a one size fits all. They do have different sizes, but depending on your health journey, depending on if your fingers swell or get thinner throughout the day, depending on your environment, this ring actually can expand and contract to fit whichever finger you might have, which I also think helps hold the sensor closer to your skin, and they're probably able to get better accurate results because the monitors are squeezed into your skin, as opposed to choosing like a regular ring. It might be too loose or too tight to get accurate measurements. So it's pretty cool that no matter if my hands do get swollen or if I just get tired of wearing it on this finger, I can just slide it on my middle finger and it stretches to fit that. I think that's pretty cool. It also allows for like weight fluctuation, right? Like if you're losing a bunch of weight, then the ring will close down with you. If you're gaining weight, then the ring will expand. So in that aspect, this ring can last you a lot longer. You don't have to buy a new ring if your fingers change size. But let's talk about the cons and what I think might be a deal breaker for some of you. The biggest thing for me is it is not very comfortable to wear. Though it's nice that it stretches and it feels kind of lighter on your finger and not like it's squeezing because it's able to stretch, The places where the metal connects and stretches is super sharp. It reminds me, my daughter has this bracelet that's made of all metal, like squares almost, and then there's a piece of elastic that runs through it so it can stretch over your wrist. It's pretty sharp and uncomfortable, and I would say the same is true here. It's made of great materials, but they're not rounded edges, and it's very sharp. So when you're wearing it, it micro scratches you throughout the day, and if you fiddle with your rings like I do, like that is not a comfortable thing. It's kind of like scratch. Maybe if you need to scratch your finger, that'd be good. And then the other thing is the actual sensors, they stick out here on the bottom. Now you can push them down. They almost have like a spring under them, but even that is like boxy and sharp. And so I don't know, like it's more comfortable because it stretches, but it's less comfortable because it's sharp. It's very interesting. Also, it's pretty bulky. I mean, when it comes to smart rings, it's kind of standard bulk, I would say, but I think the fact that they had to create these sort of like interlocking mechanisms makes it have that much more bulk to it. So it's boxy, it's sharp, it's kind of stiff in some places. It's just not the most comfortable thing to wear. The other thing I want to mention about the build is, yes, this can stretch, but I'm sure it's like a couple elastic bands or something that come through here. I could be wrong on that, but I don't know how else they would do this. And I wonder if those stretch out over time, it becomes looser and looser on your finger, or if that would ever snap. I'm not entirely sure. Just something to think about. I haven't had any problems with it. I've had this for about a month now, but I don't know, just something to think about. If there are rubber bands in here, it's possible those could break or wear out over time. All right, so talking about the app, which is what you're gonna be looking at to get all of your information, it does take a hot second to sync the information over from the ring. I've seen it in other smart rings too, but this one seems to take an abnormally long amount of time. And the UI seems pretty dated. It's kind of clunky. It doesn't really all fit together. Something that could be changed by the company in future iterations and development, but something I've noticed as compared to some of the other name brands, which I understand, trust me, I do, about like developing a product and developing software. It takes time, but that's something I've noticed. It's not super beautiful to be using their UI. So the final thing I'll mention, there are other smart rings. I don't need to name them, but they can last like 10, 12 days. I found this is more like a daily, maybe 3 to 4 days of charge, depending on what you're using it for and stuff like that. I think battery life could be better, especially if you're wanting to sleep with the ring for the sleep tracking. It's kind of the same problem I have with the Apple Watch. Like I would love to wear it to sleep, but sleeping is the only time I really have to charge it, so then I have to give that up. Now it does charge fairly quickly, as these small devices do, but just something to note, like you'll be able to track your sleep, but you're not gonna get that 10 to 12 days of battery life that you would experience elsewhere. But I think it's a safe bet to say 2, 3, 4 days of a charge, especially using this. It's nice to have, throw it in your bag, let it charge up while you're in a meeting or something. Okay, so final thoughts. Who is this for? I think if you're someone who maybe you're older, or maybe you have some medical issues where this could track the appropriate things for you, I think the accuracy is probably here where it might not be elsewhere, because the focus here I think is on medical more so than like the athlete who just wants to get better at their craft. I think you can use this if you're an athlete and it tracks certain things that you'd be interested in, but I think this is more for the person interested in their actual medical health for health reasons, if that makes sense. All right, so I think you should skip this ring if you value like aesthetics and a nice look, organic feel to your ring, and you want it to be more of a jewelry piece. Don't get me wrong, they look nice. And in fact, I have here the silver version, which also looks really nice. I mean, that's pretty good looking. So I have the black one and then the silver one here, and they look pretty nice, but I still don't, especially if you're wearing it on a finger and it's stretched out, that's not the hottest look I've ever seen. So I would skip out if fashion and having nice jewelry is what you want out of this smart ring as well. And again, potential durability issues with, oh, you can see it charging right there. See that light glowing? Potential durability issues with the rubber band inside and how scratchy it is. It's not a huge deal, and I will say, like, after a day or so of wearing it, you kind of get used to the scratchiness, unless you do need to like resituate it on your finger. Like, that's just scratching. So I don't know. I like what Circul's doing here. I like how they've come from their sort of first iteration to now. I'm definitely gonna be interested in watching how they progress with future iterations. But that's gonna do it for this video. Again, if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing and like this video for more. If you wanna pick your Circul ring up, links in the description. And again, I'll try to get a discount code for you. Thanks again to Circul for sending these out for us to review. I'm interested to know, what would you use a smart ring to track? What's most interesting to you? For me, it was my ability to leave my smartwatch at home, wear a regular watch, but still be able to track my health. So it's as simple as that for me. It might be more specific for you, but anyway, that's gonna do it. Watch this video next. I think you're gonna love it. And we'll see you all in the next one.